Hi, my name is Hainuza. In this video, I'm gonna show you the Castlevania Symphony of the Night, aka Nocturne in the Moonlight, relics skipping glitch, and how to achieve this on iOS version with touchscreen control. I don't think there's any need to explain what is relic skipping to anyone who find this video, but just in case. So in the reverse castle center, before entering this final battle chamber, you have to collect 5 souls of Dracula's body parts. So in order to unlock the stone blocker above, just like around here. But there's a few ways to utilize the glitches to skip these stone blocks, which will save massive time and effort. This technique is usually used when doing speed run or just for fun. On the original PlayStation version, there are two major ways to do so. It's either using the shift line with double heart refresh or using the reverse shift line with one heart refresh. On the iOS version, there are a couple of differences, which I'll show you in a minute. But before that, you might ask me why using touchscreen? Isn't that terrible to control? I mean, for sure, it's not a great idea to use touchscreen control for any advanced gaming, but since the iOS version got released a few months ago, and it's actually pretty decent replatformed, it's actually worth showing the respect to Konami on this time to, for the replatforming. They did not simply just migrate the game and put joystick floating button on the touchscreen. Instead, they redesigned the entire user interface, making it unlike any previous versions. This is probably the biggest change on the Symphony of the Night ever. It redefined the way you control this game. It made some movement no longer available. For example, you can't do the map pause to locate the position before you triggering some glitches that requires precise positioning, simply because when map is on, just like now, there's no other touch control buttons available. Also because the transforming buttons are now merged into one. So you cannot do rapid transforming between each form, just like what you can do with joysticks. Like when you're doing wind smash with the bat, you cannot just simply change back to the fog to stop it. Um, However, at the meantime, it also enables some special controls which you could never done before. For example, for all the spells, after you learned it, it will become shortcuts, just like here on my left hand corner. It enables you to do infinite spells with maximum speed. For example, I can call the 4 souls spells continuously with in a very short time, just like this. It will probably change some ways of speed run, especially for boss fights. Overall, iOS version in any way is a part of the whole family of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So for a fan of this game, I strongly recommend you to have a try, even it will be a little bit painful experience when you start playing with touchscreen, but it's still a special version that worth trying. Without further ado, let me start the main topic. I will first show you how to use the saving room to achieve the relic skipping glitch. So I will first show you how to use the saving room. This works very similar to the reverse shift line way of doing this on the original PlayStation version, which is using one hard refresh at some precise position like here. Unfortunately, this doesn't work anymore on the PSP, PS4, or iOS version. So instead, we need to use the saving room here to do so. I will now first do a full run without any commentary, just to show how it looks like. Then I will do again with step-by-step explain. There we go. Now you can see I'm in the saving room above the stone blocker. So you can just use this elevator and enter the chamber to do the final battle. So let me explain step by step how did we do that. So let's first go back to the entrance of the other saving room. So the saving room here, before you enter it, now there's something I still haven't clarified yet. Before you enter it, someone said you need to use a bat to do a wind smash and in, but don't wind smash to the edge of this room. It sometimes does help to trigger this glitch, but it's not always necessary. So let's try without bat. Let's see how it works. So in this saving room, you know, when you do save, you need to press up and you stand in the middle of the screen. But here, we don't stand in the middle. Instead, we stand somewhere here. But it's still in the sensible area. So when you press up, notice the Alucard has been forced to pull in the center, and the override data blah 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 has been shown. And I press 2 nodes, and then I move Alucard left here and press up again. So do this 4 times or 5 times or more. 4 times is the minimum times you need to trigger. So just to play safe, I will do 5 times. So how many times I have done, I don't know. So the reason to do this is when you press up, the character has been forced to pull in the middle, and it will create a shift line gap on the right hand side. So here you will drop when you do backdash. Let's try. So here's a critical. For PlayStation version, when you fall into the same gap, you have to transform into a bat in a very precise timing. If you don't do it, or if you do it too late, you will just fall into the chamber of the Guardian room with the Alucard form. It will fail. But here on iOS version, luckily you don't have to worry that too much. So you don't have to turn into a bat immediately, as long as you don't move any direction, up or left or down. You will not fall down. So let's try it first. So I press backdash. Now I fall down. You can notice the screen keep blinking, but I'm not falling. So it gave me time to get ready to to transform into the bat. Now, how and when do I change into a bat? I've tried many different ways, like changing bat into at a certain point in time, hit the jump and change bat, or move the direction, blah blah blah. They're all very unstable. So now I have figured out the way that I think it's most safe one. It will mostly 80% of chance you will achieve it. So what I'm gonna do now is hold the bat transform button first. Just hold it. Don't release, because on the touchscreen screen it only transform when you release. And notice that when the screen change for a few moments, there's a step or there's a foot stepping sound of Alucard here and here again. Yeah, notice it. So when you hear it's quite regular, so you can judge when it will happen. When the footstep sound happens, release the bat button and immediately press left after you release, but don't do it in the same time. And also only do it when you actually hear the foot or stepping the sound. Don't try to pretend, or sorry, don't try to predict the timing of the footstep. Then you will be too early. So only when you hear it, I'll show you now. Just like this. So when you hear the footstep and release the bat button and immediately press left. Then now you'll be stuck with the bat formation on this ceiling, top of the ceiling of the guardian room. Next, then will be we already achieved the most critical part. Next, you need to do the infinite wind smash for 6 or 7 times, just like what you do on the PlayStation version using reverse shift line. Here, it makes it far more easy because the wind smash spell, as I mentioned at the beginning, it becomes a shortcut button, so you can just press it 7 times or 6 times. Easy, but don't push it too slow or too fast. If you push it too frequently, then 6 or 7 will not be enough. You will still fall. But if you push it, touch it too slow, then you will be 6 or 7 will be too much. You highly likely will hit the wall and drop again. So here's my pace. You can try to mimic it. So I use 7 times normally. I'll start now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm in the room. So you can see I already passed the block. So you can see I'm already in this room of the elevator. So yeah, this is how it does. Next I'm gonna show you is what if I don't know how to do the infinite wind smash. So this is especially for the Japanese version, because in Japanese version it does not support the infinite wind smash. Maybe let me switch to the Japanese version. So in Japanese version, notice that when I do a bat wind smash, no matter how hard I keep pressing the button, it just simply doesn't continue. So I cannot do any infinite bat smashing with the Japanese version. Then, if so, how do I achieve it? So I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, I came to the saving room, do 4 times of cancel saving. I come to here and backdash, fall into the room, hold the bat transformation button, and start to pay attention to the footstepping time sound. Alright, so I transformed into a bat and press left right after I hear the footstepping time sound. Alright, so now I don't have the infinite wind smash ability. So what I would do is hold the left and let the bat move slowly. So notice I'm under the first clock. I will reach the 4th clock and stop. So now I am passing the second one. Now the 3rd. Now this is the 4th clock that we pass through. So now we reach here, I release the left button and it stops. And do 1 bat wind smash. Then you achieve this glitch successfully again. Now you're in this room. So this is how you do it when you only have Japanese version. So then next, I think at the end I'm gonna show you the other way of skipping, but it's not really practical because it requires using double hard refresh at here. And in order to use it, you have to got the duplicator first. But in iOS version or PSP Play PS4 version, there's no easy way to get it because you cannot use the library selling gemstone selling glitch by using either the fairy or the SWAT. So it's not really practical, but I'll still show you. All right, so I enter this guardian room, do a backdash, and start using the double hard refresh for 4 times at least. You can do more if you want to make sure the gap is successfully created, but it's not necessary. Normally 4 is good enough. So I come here and do backdash and turn into a bat, so I won't fall into the room below. So here now, on the PlayStation version, you need to turn back into Alucard and press left to achieve this glitch. But on iOS version, it just simply doesn't work for me. I've tried many times, but it doesn't work. Maybe it's just because touchscreen is so hard to control. So instead, I will use a different technique by turn back into Alucard and do a gravity jump. It means down up jump. So let me show you. So after you successfully do the gravity jump, you will start seeing the green screen start to blink. And now you need to hold the up and left button and do mash jump. Means keep hitting the jump button as fast as you can. So it will take a bit of time, so I need to pay a bit more patient. We're still holding. Now we're in the room. Perfect. So this is just how you do it with the traditional way of using the double hard refresh to create the shift line. But again, this is not really practical for a speed run because for speed run, you definitely you don't have time to collect money to buy the duplicator. So this is just showing you how to do it. All right, so I think that's everything. This is the first time I make gaming video tutorials. Hopefully it helps. Thank you so much for watching.